and welcome in to be our guest. You know, Virginia, many, many years ago, people realized the fact that a lot of boys and girls were having need to be housed and be cared for and be loved.
I know.
And their parents
so
may
sad.
have left them, or God knows what the situations were. In 1966, in this state, somebody had the foresight to start. At that time, it was just the boys' ranches, I believe. And now it's the boys and girls ranches. And today we have with us Michael Smith. And Mike, you are the executive director of the Boys and Girls Ranches of Alabama.
That's correct, sir. Yes.
The entire state.
Yes, sir.
And so how many ranches are in the whole state?
Well, we have 3 operating ranches now. We have one
Okay.
in Colbert County that is Fame Ranch. We have one in Tallapoosa County that's up there in Sheriff Abbott's territory up that way. And then we have a ranch down in Baldwin County. So we have 2 girls ranches and 1 boys ranch at this time.
That's great. And of course, the purpose is obviously to be foster parents to these children.
It's a different view of being a foster parent, because not always can foster parents give maybe the structure that some of these young men and women need. So we actually bring them into a ranch environment where there is an operating ranch actually with horses and cows, and we have lots of things for them to do. They have house parents, and we have their own staff social workers full-time that can give them attention.
Good.
We're able to bring these young men and women, boys and girls in to help build them into the adults that we're all so proud of. If we get them and they're there and they need help with their studies, like I'll use Tallapoosa County as an example. We have the Retired Teachers Association of Tallapoosa County. They volunteer their time to come tutor these young
Isn't that
girls.
wonderful?
Thank goodness for Keith Sable. We have the Sable Learning Studio up there in the house. They have private rooms they can go into with all the computers, the whiteboards, whatever they need for these retired. And you know, just giving back to the community and these folks like this. Recently, we have a new young girl that's going to be with us this week in Tallapoosa County, and it's not always that the kids, they're not born to be this way.
Right.
They're in bad situations.
Yes.
So we have a young lady that's going to be with us this week that I'm so excited about the opportunity to get her in. That her parents were not good people. And so the grandparents, like many of us as we get older, the grandparents adopted this young child, a young baby. Well, now the grandparents are now in their upper 80s, and we got a young lady that's blossoming into try to become a teenager. How do you do that when you're in your upper 80s?
Right.
So they came to us, and it is private placement. We do some work with DHR, but it's private placement. They came to us asking for help. So we're getting this young lady in there, and we are going to tutor her all through high school, help raise her to be a wonderful young lady, like so many cases that we have, and at no cost to the grandparents.
Isn't that nice?
How do you qualify to be at one of these ranches?
You qualify, and we get our kids from multiple locations, whether it's, we was always known as the sheriff's ranches, and the sheriffs and deputies out in the field, they see kids that are needing a chance. They need a chance. So they would go to the parents and say, hey, we have some place your child can live and be raised right, be raised with structure in a Christian environment.
Right.
We go to church on Sundays, Sunday nights, and Wednesdays, and we have prayer every morning before we go to school. So we are definitely a Christian environment and want to raise children like that with those type morals and beliefs that a Christian home brings. We do get kids from judges sometime that maybe have parents that have gone down the wrong road. And maybe done some things that's not so good, as they be incarcerated, or whether they're on drugs or whatever it may be, just a bad situation that leaves kids abandoned and abused. I met a little girl the other day that just 2 years ago, her daddy had her wrapping his arm up and injecting his heroin into his arm. Now this young lady that I talked to is now making A's and B's and is a senior in high school.
Right.
Wow.
And planning on going to college, that will get her in junior college. So it's no cost. We're privately funded, and that's what we need people to help us with.
Right.
We are privately funded. And when I say privately funded, it's not just about giving your dollars. It's about giving your time.
Right.
Absolutely.
We have church
a lot
groups
of our
that
viewers
volunteer
can do that.
to come help us. work on our ranches, to make sure our grounds are in good shape, to help paint our homes that we have for these children. And so volunteer time to us is just as important as monetary.
Right.
We do need money, and we have several fundraisers that we do throughout the year. As a matter of fact, coming up here in May 6th, we're going to have a big fundraiser at Arrowhead Country Club. The good folks at Reinhardt, Lexus, and Toyota, they have been just great sponsors for us for so many years in an executive sponsorship kind of way. But Ed Reinhardt is actually on our board, and Ed Reinhardt's having a tournament out there that if
Good.
anyone's interested, please let us know, and we'd love for you to have a sponsorship or put a team in it.
Okay.
We have them all over the state. I recently went just this past week, Baldwin County, they did a big pig roast. We had over 450
Wow.
people come to do a pig roast, and we had silent auction items that people in Baldwin County had all come together and donated items and done things. So it's all privately funded.
That's
and we
great.
just want to
That's great.
continue to help the boys and girls in Alabama.
Great. The website is?
It's boysandgirlsranches.org.
Okay, so you go to boysandgirlsranches.org, you get information on the fundraising, volunteer opportunities, everything they need. Michael, thank you for what you're doing.
Great.
Very
Thank you so much.
necessary.
work.
Hey, I'm blessed, believe me.
Amen. We sure are. And just remember this, if you think that you have something that you can offer for this organization, get a hold of them. They need all the help they can get. We'll be right back right after this.